This is part 2 of my World Cup predictions. Group B, between Spain, Holland, Chile and Australia. Spain are obviously very strong, one of the strong favourites for the World Cup. I personally don't think they're as good as they were in 2010 and when they won the Euros in 2012. I think they have some great young players coming through. De Gea, Thiago, who's unfortunately injured, Koke from Atletico Madrid, who won the league with Atletico and got to the final of the Champions League. I think they have a lot of experience in the team as well, but I just think they're lacking a real top-class striker, fit top-class striker. Obviously, Diego Costa will fall into that bracket, but he's been struggling with injury. Whether he'll be fully fit, I'm not sure. And I think I don't think Torres and David Villa are good enough. Torres has obviously been off form for the last 3 or 4 years now, and David Villa is getting on a bit after wind down in New York. But I still expect Spain to get out of the group. What they will do after that, I think they're a fairly sure bet for the semi-finals. But I think maybe they will be undone by Brazil, depending on how the draw goes, by Brazil or Argentina in semi-finals. Next team in the group, Netherlands. Sadly, I don't think the Netherlands will make much of an impression in this World Cup. They have a good coach, Louis van Gaal, who likes to bring youth players through. I think the youth players are just a little bit inexperienced, first of all. They haven't experienced this level, and the experienced players are on the wrong side of 30 now. Schneider, Van der Vaart isn't going to the World Cup, had a horrible season with Hamburg. Van Persie is on the wrong side of 30, he's been struggling with injuries, and moreover, the Holland's key player, Kevin Strootman from Roma, absolutely fantastic holding midfielder. Obviously has a knee injury which will keep him out for more than a year, which would be a huge loss to Holland because he's the one that holds the midfield together, and I would have given them a lot more of a chance of getting through the group if they had him. So I think obviously, sadly, it will be an early exit for the Dutch. Next up is Chile. Chile are a great side, absolutely fantastic. I haven't seen much of them in the last couple of months. I saw them, however, against Germany in a friendly match a few months ago. I think it was in February. And Germany, although Germany won the game, Chile were by far the better team. They press the ball ever so well when they lose it. They're very dogged, determined. They have a lot of talent. Try to play attacking football. And they have a few world-class players such as Alexis Sanchez from Barcelona and Arturo Vidal from Juventus, who is also struggling to become 100% fit for the start of the World Cup. But I think Chile, if they had a favourable draw, I think they'll get out of the group. Whether or not they'll pass the group, they'll pass the second round is another thing. They'd have to win the group to be in with a chance, I think, because obviously the way the draw works, if Chile were to finish second and Brazil, in all likeliness, finishing first, it could become difficult for Chile. But if Chile were to get past the second round, anything could happen. They're a fantastic team, fantastic players, and I'd put them down as one of the dark horses for the World Cup. Last but not least, Australia. Well, you have to feel sorry for the Australians in some ways, falling into the group of death. Not they would have had much chance in the World Cup anyway. Their main man, Tim Cahill, is now mid-30s, 35 I think, winding his career down in New York. And they don't have anything like the depth of the other 3 teams, anything like the top quality you need. So sadly, I think it will be an early exit for Australia. If they were to get a point on the board, they could be happy with that, I think. This is my predictions for Group B. Group C and D coming up in the next video. Thank you for listening.